All right, let's talk about the Liberal Party of Quebec. They've unveiled new responsibilities for its official opposition caucus. And boy, it seems like, the vibe, the mood at the Quebec Liberal Party really is headed in the right direction. Of course, Pablo Rodriguez named the new leader of the party. You look at recent polling in the province, they're up by like 7 points, up to 28%, second place. So I'd imagine there's a little bit of excitement in the air at the Quebec Liberal Party. So for Michelle Setlakwe, no exception to that. The MNA for Mont-Royal Outremont has been named parliamentary leader, will now oversee files including ethics, electoral law, and cybersecurity. She joins us now. Madame Setlakwe, thank you for coming on to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Tell me about my assessment here that there's finally some excitement inside the Quebec Liberal Party. Am I correct in that assessment?
That is true. It's very encouraging. We're definitely seeing the Pablo effect. But more importantly, I think the Quebecers are, there's growing dissatisfaction with the CAQ government. And what that means for us, Liberals, it gives us both a signal and a responsibility. People are looking for something better, and we intend to offer it.
Okay, the signal, right? Tell me about the signal that's being received here.
Well, listen, polls they're a snapshot in time, so we don't normally dwell on polls, but I will make a small exception this time. So the numbers definitely indicate that Quebecers, there's definitely a growing dissatisfaction among Quebecers with the CAQ government. That's for sure. Quebecers right now are simply not getting the services that they're paying for, that they deserve. What people are looking for is good governance, a government that manages public funds responsibly and with care. And that's something that will...
Oh, do we have you there? Madame Setlakwe, did we lose you? Are you there?
No, I'm here.
Okay, great. Sorry, you just cut out there. The line just cut there. We're glad to have you back here. Okay, we did get your answer in, though. Just at the end, it cut out.
We will be focusing on many files. But definitely, as a general statement, we will be focusing on ensuring that the government is held accountable, because right now Quebecers are not getting the services that they're paying for.
Now, so you have this new role of parliamentary leader. I have no idea what that means. Tell our listeners, what's the role of parliamentary leader? What will you be doing?
Okay, so, well, first of all, I'm incredibly honored and humbled to take on the role of House Leader for the official opposition. It's a strategic role, and it's going to be quite demanding. But having served as Deputy House Leader, I've had the chance to observe it closely, and I intend to build on the excellent work that was done by my predecessor, Monsef Déragi. So what we need to understand is, so Pablo obviously is the new leader of the Liberal Party, but he doesn't hold a seat in the House, in the National Assembly.
Yeah.
He won't be elected until the next general election. So he needed to appoint a parliamentary leader that is Marwa Risky, and I will be House Leader. So I'll be responsible for coordinating the Liberal Party's work in the National Assembly, managing speaking time and debates, negotiating with the government House Leader, Simon Jolin Barrette, on the legislative calendar, speaking time, the flow of parliamentary work, overseeing the legislative process from the opposition's standpoint, including bill analysis, proposing amendments, and using all the parliamentary tools at our disposal. Also, as House Leader, I'll be supporting caucus cohesion, which is really important, and helping each member of our caucus, because we're a really strong team, and I'll make sure that each member will shine in their role. And so on a daily basis, really what it means is the strategy behind question period.
So I just want to ask you about that cohesion. Are the Liberals, now that you've got a new real deal leader, do you feel you're as united as you can remember in your time with the party?
Well, we have to be united, and I have to say that during the leadership race, caucus cohesion was maintained. It was good. But now, more than ever, after the leadership race, our team must come together behind Pablo as our new leader. And really, it's regardless of who supported whom. We share one common goal, and that is to win in 2026 and to bring the Liberal Party back to power.
Before I have to let you go, we have to get to some breaking news. I just want to ask you about the CAQ, about that government. Feels right now that they're a bit of a lame duck government. How do you view François Legault and his cabinet right now? If you'd like to sling some arrows before you go.
Well, take education, for example, and the Setlakwe fiasco. Over $500 million was wasted in the Setlakwe fiasco, and we still haven't gotten to the bottom of it. But that amount is roughly the same amount the government is now asking school service centers to cut. François Legault said that education was his priority. Well, he's certainly not demonstrating it, and it's deeply troubling to see cuts in what is supposed to be the government's top priority, the future of our children, the next generation. I don't see how services to students won't be impacted, and that's just education. In healthcare, people are still struggling. On housing, nearly 2,000 households were unable to find a place they could afford this July 1st, and that number has gone up since the CAQ took power. And I'll leave it to also one other file I'll be following closely is cybersecurity and digitization. The government must deliver better oversight and avoid delays and costly overruns.
And nothing like what we've seen with Setlakwe. Madame Setlakwe, I do have to leave it there. I look forward to that re-energized Liberal Party come the fall. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
That is Michelle Setlakwe, going to be the parliamentary leader for the Quebec Liberal Party in the National Assembly.